I was the scrawny, undersized kid that was, the smallest on my team, every team I played, and it kind of unlocked the superpower of work ethic and confidence and perseverance because, nothing was really given to me.
He's the greatest shooter the game has ever seen.
He proved it last year. He proven again this year. He is one of the greatest to ever play this game. He's on that Mount Rushmore.
This guy finally belongs in the discussion with Michael Jordan.
When it's all said and done and Steph's career is over with, then I think for sure, he's got shit on his resume that he can add to that GOAT conversation. You know what I mean? He'll go down as the best shooter in league history. Like nobody, I don't think, is catching his 3 points made in a whole span of a career. So he's got some shit to go in that resume to be in that GOAT conversation.
He's the modern MJ. I used to see this playing with the Bulls. Half the crowd's got, red 23 jerseys on, and, now half the crowd's got blue and yellow 30 jerseys. Steph is, he transcends the game. He elicits an emotion from people, I think, because he's so awe-inspiring with his play that no matter where we go, there are people who are cheering for him and can't wait to see him perform because we've never seen anything like him.
Steve Kerr mentioned Steph Curry in the same sentence with Michael Jordan.
Yep, I can see it. You got to look at the historical context, and Michael did everything in the Air Jordan. He revolutionized the game. He changed the way we thought. The baggy shorts, the black socks, obviously the Air Jordans. Stephen Curry has taken shooting in the art form of it and moving without the ball to a different level. And because I have a 9-year-old and I go to all these, these games, the first thing kids do, they know they can't dunk and fly like Michael Jordan, but they all believe they can shoot like Stephen Curry. And that's the first thing they do is start hoisting up threes to try and be like their hero, Stephen Curry. So you have heroes to most in Michael Jordan, and you have a lot of heroes in Stephen Curry. I see the comparison.
He's tough.
Bro, you were on the floor with greatness. You were a part of that.
And I'm a part of the losing side of history, but I remember watching it, bro, and I was like, yo, he was absurd to watch. And then I played against him, I was like, he's different, bro.
He's different, bro.
But Steph Curry is the most impactful player on a team in the league.
Because the gravity.
Bro,
the gravity.
You have to go on him as well on the ball as you do off. Like, once he gets off the ball, you're probably more scared of him off the ball than you are on.
Like, you're a GOAT to me if the league changed because of you, right? And to your point with Steph, the threes being shot, the range, people shooting threes,
he done changed
Steph transcended the game.
Steph Curry is messing the game up. I'm on the internet now, see a bunch of little kids dribbling, shooting 100-footers.
To get warm, to start the game.
But he's doing something for them. He's giving them a chance. Steph, it probably is the most influential player when it comes to little people.
Yes.
Right? Because I see a lot of little guards, like little kids. I'm going to these tournaments, they're doing stuff I can't even do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good and bad.
I love Steph because he's changed the game in his way.
Right.
3-point shooter. Now kids want to be Steph.
Yeah, they don't care about dunking now.
No,
everybody, the little kid throwing the ball.
That's right. Want to be Steph, and there's nothing wrong with that.
He messed up the game in a good way, Like,
you think he messed it up in a good way?
Yeah, like he definitely is. I think he hurt the youth because the youth just loves threes, and that's all they think about doing is shooting threes. But you can just see, like, in the league, just how we value the 3-point line now, right? And it's not just something that we just look at, as a spacer. We value it at all 5 positions. You need everybody to be able to shoot the 3 because that's a threat. Spaces the floor, be able to create some more drives for your guards. So I think him and Clay and their whole team, I think, just changed the game in a good but bad way.
We've never seen probably a basketball player in better condition and understand angles and how to come off that screen,
right,
and also be on balance to still shoot,
right,
and he can shoot off balance too,
right.
We've never seen that before,
right.
And for him to be that small, but he can shoot from almost half court.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And he's not throwing it.
Right.
He's shooting it.
Yes.
We've never seen that before. And then he's a killer. See, people look at the smile just like they looked at me with my smile.
Right.
Oh, I'm going to kill you.
Right.
Steph is a different type of player, different type of point guard
Yes.
than those guys. I have him second all time behind Magic. And Steph is right behind Magic. I can't put anybody else ahead of Steph but Magic.
Steph's done everything you can imaginably think of in terms of basketball, whether he's got the stats for himself, he's got the chips, and what he's done for his teammates. And on top of, Magic did it with the Lakers in terms of the evaluation the Lakers had when he got in. Look at the evaluation of the Warriors when they bought the team with Steph versus right now.
Right.
It's just astronomical.
The babyface assassin. He's been a joy to watch for me. You know, people always say, well, how come your favorite player is not a big man? I've played against the greats like the Barkley. I've seen it all. Never quite seen anybody like that kid, and that's why he's my favorite player. He does stuff that I've seen it in spurts. I played with a guy by the name of Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
Yeah.
For 4 or 5 minutes in the game, he could do that. You know, I've seen it with the guys who I play with, but this guy's been doing it his whole career, and he's a joy to watch, and that's why he's my favorite player. So
I love Steph, man. I mean, the guy has completely revolutionized the game. Coming into the league as a young man in 2011 and seeing what, only seeing glimpses of what he was capable of because he wasn't as healthy, you know, those early 2000s. So we only got to see glimpses. But when he caught fire, man, everybody was on notice. And me as a point guard or just as a lead guard on my team growing up in Cleveland at the time, he was the guy that really set that standard. You know, you wouldn't be a true student of the game if you're not watching somebody like that and trying to not only keep up but challenge his position. And I think that's where our mutual respect has really grown. Is you know, going against each other has been great, but I think studying each other has been even more of a special bond. You know, I see moves that he does, and I know he sees moves that I do. And you know, we're just leading this next generation that's coming up behind us. You know, you don't have to be the athletic guy that's finishing over top of the rim. That though we have young guys that are doing that now, they are the 2.0. You know, they're able to shoot deep threes and sky over the rim. But when you look at me and Steph, I just feel like we're able to do things out there that keeps the normal person walking down the street, gives them hope that basketball can be for them as well. You know, he's just able to do so many special things. And I could go on and on about Steph, but I love that guy. And
the first thing I think about when I think of Steph, I think about Steph at Davidson. That tournament, man, that run. And like we heard about Steph Curry and you was like, oh, that's Dale's son. Oh, okay, he can shoot. And then you watching that same beast now just in the NBA that was in the college level. But just to be able to watch Steph and to see that he do not get the respect that he deserves from the way that he plays the game of basketball. He's not just a great shooter. He's not just a guy who handles the ball before the games and pregame. Like he plays the game at a level that I haven't seen anyone play the game. And it's when he has the ball, and it's even more importantly when he do not have the ball. He never gets tired. He never stopped moving. And it's amazing to watch him like master the craft of shooting in every form, in every way that you can in the game of basketball. You know, a legend in the game, he changed the game. When a guy changed the game, some way, somehow, you got to expand the Mount Rushmore. You know what I mean? Like, who says it only could be this many people? Like, Steph Curry changed the game. His face needs to be up there in the Mount Rushmore.
And then you got. I love Delly to death, but Delly almost died guarding Steph Curry. No, literally almost died. We have footage of this man in an ice tub, like literally to his neck, trying to guard this man.
Did y'all see that clip of J.R. Smith? You know, talking about Delly? Did y'all see that clip? It's real. it's real. I mean, obviously, you know, I didn't guard Steph the entire game, but like most of the first quarter, most of the fourth quarter, I guarded him. Yeah, that clip is real.
He battled his ass off. What? Like competed. I love just from watching that. Dellavedova is by far one of my greatest people I like of all time. Like he literally gave everything he had, and there was no excuse. there wasn't like, oh, he just had it going. It was like, no, it's like, oh, I'm trying, or no. It wasn't none of that. He could barely talk after. That's how hard he was trying. Like that respect level to me, it goes through the roof.
He's playing or not, I had to guard Steph 4 times this year. It's hard.
Is it?
Yeah, it's extremely hard to guard because he's like, you have guys like Kyrie and Dame who do everything off the dribble. I think it's kind of easier to guard a guy like that. Like, it's not easy to guard it at all, but you're not using as much energy as when Steph throws the ball, runs to the other corner, catches it, does a couple dribble moves, come off a pick and roll, throws it again, and then gets 3 down screens. It's not even a play. It's just them knowing what each other want to do. So I think it's so hard guarding Steph. You have to be in the best shape of your life.
Kobe, what do you think of when you watch Steph Curry?
I see a calmness about him. I see a calmness about him, and I think it's something that a lot of players don't understand. I think the fans, it's very hard for the fans to really understand what I'm saying, because most players don't get it. But there's a serious calmness about him, which is extremely deadly, right? Because he's not up, he's not down, he's not contemplating what just happened before or worrying about what's to come next. He's just there. And when a player has the skills and has trained himself to have the skills to be able to shoot, dribble, left, right, etc., and then you mix that with this calmness and poise, then you have a serious problem on your hands. And so when I watch him play, that's what I see.
He's the chirp that make you like think. And I think his shit talking is what he does to the crowd. Like, he'll hit a shot and then he'll turn around and look at the crowd and be like,
do some old.
I'm him, or like, yeah, he won't necessarily say something to you. And if he does, it's like a quick like jab. You know what I mean? If any little space that he got is going up, and it's a bucket. It's like it's a bucket, and it's so quick.
You can't give him no.
You can't give him no air. No air.
Like,
that's why I told you, bro. I'm gonna smother him when we play. I'm gonna smother him.
I'm running him off.
I mean, what Steph does is something unbelievable. I just, like I said after the game, I just think every shot is gonna go in when he shot it. So it's unbelievable the way he plays the game, and it's enjoyable to watch, even if you're on the opposite team.
He will do things that defy gravity or logic, whether it's effortlessly pulling up from 40 feet. The guy's dribble moves are absolutely insane. Especially his floaters high off the glass. His finger roll game, go watch his finger roll highlights. It's insane. This guy, his touch is so nuts.
Oh my God, what a great guy. And again, he's different than everyone thinks. He's a better all-around player given credit. And I think it's that he gets credit for. He's really good.
Right. So early in Steph's career, Steph was thin. Right. And he would get beat up. And his Achilles heel was European guards, like the Rubios, Navarro from Spain, who we played in the World Championships. Dragic scoring Dragic, and they were like crafty and thin, and they a little chippy, so they hit you below the belt a few times here and there, and it might throw you off. And his handle wasn't always this tight. Right. Steph's handle wasn't always tight. He get loose with the ball. He always been loose with the ball with his turnovers. Right. And if you just watch Steph's progression, he's continued to get better, and that's the part people don't see. They don't see us in the 5 a.m. working out, all the weights we pushing. He ain't just he had been working and building up. Right. And he's been progression year in, year out. Like this year, Loon and I will be on the bench saying, all right, it's a tight game late in the fourth. We need Steph to be like MJ. We need him to start picking the game apart. We don't need Steph to shoot a half-court 3 or just pull up from 3. We need to get to a midi. We just need a bucket. And he start getting to it.
You didn't know what was coming. You didn't, because you'd never seen it before. I was there when he broke the record. Right, the first record, and you didn't think, I think it was like 250 maybe or something threes. You didn't think that the next year the fucker was going to shoot 400, make 400 threes or whatever. They crushed it, but no one saw it coming. No one saw it coming, and no one truly knew how to fucking stop it when they got going. That's why they won 73 games. It was like, how do you stop this? There is no way to stop it. And so these guys, they put in so much work. Steph is listening to Steph's workout, and I know how OCD you are, people don't understand the amount of energy that he has to use every single day. It's next level. Like even for athletes, even for guys that do this for a living, you're like, this man has to run around for 48 minutes every single night doing what he does. You don't see that coming. And so it's a compliment to those guys to figure out an equation that no one ever has. And they just dominated with it.
A narrative around Steph Curry was, until he had that performance last year against the Celtics, a narrative around it was like, oh, he's not as good. This Steph Curry is an all-time playoff performer and has been since this first and second round in 2013. Here's the crazy thing that I don't think we talk about enough with Steph Curry. We'll give him 6'3". He's a 6'3" guard who has never had the pop and the burst and the leaping ability of some other incredible guards of this era. He won the MVP in 2015. He won the MVP in 2016. In his 20s. He's 35 now. I think Steph Curry is better now than he was back then. That is remarkable. Yeah. Let's not take it for granted.
Yeah. It's always been a respect, a level of respect that's even beyond the game of basketball. The way I feel for Steph. On his own, what is he going to be able to do? Can he carry a team on his own? Can he carry a team into the postseason? Can he keep a team afloat? He's done that and more. We get caught up in the record sometimes. We get caught up in, who has the best record? And, instead of just saying who had the best season that year. And Steph has had, in my opinion, the best season all year.
Anytime you could break an NBA all-time record, regardless of what it is, especially something significant as a three-point shot, like, I understood his emotion, and then he has, like, let's say he got 7-8 more years of playing. Yeah. So he's going to shatter it, and it'll never be broken again. When you start thinking about all of that stuff, that can make you emotional. So it's impressive for somebody to do it in that amount of games and to see the journey he's still on at this point, man. You got to respect it.
And all there's been great shooters.
I know maybe. He's definitely.
Yeah? So talk about that. You think Steph is the greatest shooter
The greatest shooter we've ever seen, hands down.
Why do you feel that strongly about it? I agree with you. I just want your point.
Because the shots that he makes is by far some of the toughest shots I've ever seen taken.
Wow.
Let alone
crossing,
made.
let alone made.
Exactly.
Crossing over behind the back, just letting it go, turning around, just running the other way, and it's. Then ain't nothing else to be said. When I let this thing go, don't go for the rebound. We need to get back. And that's and that's extreme. I mean, not only is it extreme confidence, but that's a talent, man. That's a talent and a half. His dad is obviously arguably one of the top 15, 20, depending on what are you going by as shooters. But for him to make all of those shots off the dribble, pulling from half court, that shot he made against Oklahoma City 2 years ago,
coming across half,
it's ridiculous,
crazy.
It's just stunning, really, with the impact he makes. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, there's obviously been so many great players in this league who have dominated, and you think about Michael Jordan immediately, or Larry Bird, or Magic, and Shaq. What he did to the defense. You had to pay so much attention to him, and Steph is similar, but in a different way from everybody else. And I've never seen anybody put that much pressure on the defense 35 feet from the hoop and generate the spacing and the pace and the chaos that ensues defensively once he gets going towards the rim. So everything we do, starts with Steph, and he's brilliant. So if he wants to throw the ball to the other team a couple times, we're okay with it.
It's ridiculous. Like they clowning us. They was clowning us in the Barclays for the amount of Steph Curry fans is in there. I'm like, yo, do you not see him in every arena? Like, what do you mean? It's just the Barclays Arena where he get MVP chants and cheers after that. After he hit 5 threes in a row. It's just always going to be like that. That's who he is. That's what he attracts.
The change that I've watched him make as far as the weight room goes over the last 3 years speaks to his work ethic and who he is. Because if Steph doesn't get stronger post-2020, he's still Steph Curry and he's still shooting the piss out the ball. But him getting as strong as he got has actually changed his game. It's actually made him much more effective. Like, you can't run him off his spot. You can't just bump him and he's falling over. He's getting to where he wants to go. And so I think His dedication in the weight room. And when I say dedicate, that man is in the weight room every single day. He in the weight room after shoot around. He in the weight room before the game. He doing a full lift after. He in the weight room
Dedicated
before
to his
practice.
craft.
He in the weight room after practice every single day. Wow. To watch his transformation and mindset, he going to work out as long as he has to accomplish whatever it is that he set out to accomplish that day. Like, you watch this dude work out, man. Like, there's times where, like, a significant part of his workout, he can't shoot a shot unless he could run a full court sprint. A shot. We all know, like, how great of a shooter Steph is.
Right.
Okay, so we can all imagine the amount of shots you have to shoot to be that great. He can't shoot a shot without running full court.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, but one shot, you gotta run all the way. And like, he getting up a ton of shots, and he getting his work in at a very, very respectable time frame. It ain't like, sometimes you see him out there, he'd be out there for an hour and a half after practice, and you're like, bruh, he's still out there?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just running. I'm like, bruh.
I heard a story.
Like
I honestly don't know the player, and the person said it was a high level NBA player that went to work out with Steph. 10 minutes into the workout, dude taps out and throws up. Couldn't finish the workout with Steph.
I've heard this about a couple of
I don't even know who the person is. I want to know who that.
I've heard this about a couple guys, so I'm not going to put their name out there because I don't know which one is true or not, and I never confirmed it with him. But if you guys ever have me back on the show, I'm going to go confirm exactly who it was now because I really want to
bring you on just because of that.
I want to know the first name that I heard, if that was the right name.
Yeah.
But I've heard this about a couple guys. But what I will tell you is, like, when people work out with him, like, I watch him dumb his workout down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when guys will go,
just because they know
I'm gonna go work out with Steph. I'm gonna go down there today. Like, and I watch him like dumb his workout down.
Yeah.
Like, he dumb his workout down often.
Yeah.
Like, if guys gonna come
work out with him. Because that's insane.
Like, you can't.
That's insane.
No, his man.
So
it's different.
Yeah, he is legendary, bro.
Something about Steph. He moved well without the ball. He get off the ball, and they know when to find him. And it's like anytime he get it, he look at the rim. You might jump because you think he's gonna shoot it. He's shooting it from the parking lot, so you gotta like get up on him. And he look at the basket, you're like, oh shit.
When he get out his car, you better guard him right from the moment he pulls up to the arena. As soon as he get out of his car, you better guard him.
Start guard him in
Yeah, better guard him.
the car.
You might want to guard him when he get out of the bed.
The parking deck.
Swear to God.
Going head to head with Steph, what was that like?
It's honestly hell. I mean,
be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, the way he moves without the ball is the worst part. But just the way he moves without the ball, it's honestly their system too. It fits him to perfection. You literally can't ever relax. And I remember game 1 and 2, chasing him and Clay around, and I couldn't make a shot. Everybody's looking at me like, why can't you make a shot? I'm like, I ain't got no legs. But his approach to the game too is special. Just the way that he, sees the game and the way he goes about the game. It was a lot of fun to play them. Obviously happy we won.
Beat him too, yeah.
But it's hell to guard him.
I think what makes Steph so hard is I don't know if the game has ever seen anybody who can move off the ball like this. I mean, from playing in the league, like his conditioning is unbelievable. It's almost like when he gets rid of the ball, he's like a bigger threat, which isn't the case for a lot of people. It's the case for a lot of, yourself, Duncan, shooters like that. But when Steph's got a little bit more of a handle than you guys, so that makes him tough as well. But I would definitely say he's got to be 1A.
If you want to make him shoot off one dribble.
I ain't do none of that.
So Pete said something like, I'm just going to have my hand up. I forgot what you said, but I
said, I'm going to force him in the layups.
Run him off the three.
He's going to have to beat me every time. No threes. Bro, I couldn't stop none of it. I couldn't stop none of it.
It's
good defense. It's good defense on anybody else. It's just his shot making.
Play, and he practiced that way.
I hear he goes hard. on practice. Like I hear his game, his practice shots is the game. Like he treats it like the game.
You know, the way that he's able to affect the game by able to run around and play off the ball and get himself open. And it's just tough on a defender because you can't take a break. You know, the instance you think that he's not doing anything, the play's over for him, and that's when you get beaten. That's when you get burnt, and that's when that mentality comes in. And you got to stay ready. You can't give up. You got to keep going. He got the whole package, and you have to be able to guard every last thing he has. And
Steph like that. Steph like that attention, but it's a competitor. Yeah, competitor's attention. Like, y'all think it's a game, huh?
Yeah.
Y'all think it's sweet. And we used to always say like, guys think Steph's sweet, and they get on the court, and they're like, man, this light skinned dude, I'm about to kill him. And before they know it, now all the guys in the league say the same thing. Like, I didn't know he was that good, but man, I look up and he had 30. But now guys know it, and then he getting the best of everybody every night.
Yeah.
You heard what my man from West Side Chicago said, Patrick Beverly.
Mm-hmm. Steph Curry, I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock. Mom, don't call me. My girl, don't call me. I'm locked in right now.
Every night.
Yeah.
Every night, and he keep doing it. He been doing it.
He's impossible. It's especially the way that they run their offense and the way that him and Draymond have this like telepathy. They're actually understanding how to play with him now, like how he operates, how he moves when he gives up the ball. It like continues to just run in circles until you fall asleep, and then he even then like shoots it from 30 feet basically. Like it's borderline at times. It's unguardable, you know, because it's like what do you want to do? You saw the highlights against the Hawks, right? 50 burger. Like there's one possession, I can't remember what it was. I don't even know who's guarding him. Steph catches it on the right wing, bottom of the TV screen. And he's like shimmy, shimmy. And the guy that's guarding him is shimmying in unison with him, like perfect defense. And then Steph just takes one dribble, sidestep, throws it up and goes in. I'm like, I mean, like inbound the ball, we go into the next play. Like you can't do anything about it.
Who's the most difficult player to guard?
Oh, man. Right now, it probably is Steph, you know, just because of the way he affects the game. You know, he can score on every level on the court and in some levels that we didn't even know existed. So he definitely poses a challenge for us that most teams don't. You know, the way that, like I said, he spaces the floor and he makes his teammates better and he makes the right play every single time. And if you're not ready and you're not down and you don't got your matchups ready, it's going to be trouble for you. And when you got a player like that, it takes full team effort, and that's what we're just trying to be doing every night.
He's on a different planet right now.
He's an alien.
I
don't understand. I don't understand. I fouled him on a half-court shot when we played him 3 weeks ago, and he still. I'm pretty sure he didn't even look at the rim, and he still almost made it. It hit the back of the rim. And they didn't call the foul. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, what do you take? Can I get some of it, please? Because you're insane, dude.
Steph's unbelievable. I can't believe the kind of shape he must be in as fast as he runs.
Yeah,
the whole game, every game. That was
said.
Yeah. That's what amazed me playing him in the finals. I just, you know, one of the things I said over and over in that series was like, I know they're running fast, but you got to run fast too. You know, we got to run fast too. Keep chasing them, you know, like play tag and keep chasing them because it's like nonstop.
The best story I can give you about playing against Steph Curry would probably have to be probably in our playoff matchup.
Steph is ready.
Played them in the second round, and I felt like I was playing at the top of my game, and here I am chasing around Steph Curry and wondering at some point he's going to get tired. At some point he's going to get tired. The guy just kept running circles, and I was like, man, it made me realize how much more in shape I needed to be in order to be at another level.
You know, I think a lot of people don't understand how great his motor is. He never stops moving. His ball handling, his ability. I don't think there's ever been a guy in our league to be able to shoot the ball as well as he does, off the dribble or off the catch, off the ball. And, you know, he just creates so many different matchup problems for your defense, and you always have to be aware of them.
How do you slow him down?
The same way you slow me down. Well. You can't.
Do you think we'll ever see another Steph Curry, or that this is just a one-off?
I think this is truly a one-off, unless he can force his son to go for his records, because he's the only one that's going to have the DNA to be able to even think about trying to capture this. It's amazing. I mean, you look at how this kid shoots the ball from behind the three-point line. He shoots it like it's a layup. There's no restriction. He's been a game changer. I mean, Ray Allen probably is getting 3 to 5 a game, whereas Steph is probably getting 10 to 15 a game. So I don't see any players in the league that can really change this landscape unless him and Clay get on separate teams.
He does, because what he does at his size is so different from, the traditional greats in this league. I've said it many times, Steph reminds me so much of Tim Duncan, just a humanity standpoint, from a talent standpoint, humility, confidence. It's this wonderful combination that just makes everybody want to win for him. The thing with Steph is, without him, none of this happens. I'm happy for everybody, but I'm thrilled for Steph. To me, this is his crowning achievement in what's already been an incredible career.